Good run here on the near side. Cleaned up nicely by Miller.
Deaths on boats are preventable. Don't let this happen to you and your loved ones. Get more information at mndnr.gov.
We just finished dinner, and it was time for...
Out by Detlefson to Barger. Chips it over the defender to Abigail McKenzie. Miller now giving chase. Laying it up. Good look in the middle to Wong. Looking for Barger. Wildcats doing a nice job keeping the ball on the field. Taking the wind out of play. But Lakeville South so far has done a good job anticipating passes. And there's a nice give and go to get the ball out of the defensive end. And knocked out by Van Wyck. Pagoyas playing to an open wing. Good win there by Poplinski, playing it up the middle, looking for McKenzie, and that kind of had a funny bounce on the field, went over her knee, and back to the keeper. Good step by Miller on the far side. Looking for Barger, and that slides through. And the Cougars are patient with the ball. Good step, Poplinski trying to find Barger. Miller again with the control. Wong in the middle. Gray Schoberg now stepping and playing it to the far corner, or back to the keeper rather. There's a one-touch passing. Boom, boom, boom. Wildcats have an opening. Pagoyas now looking for Barger. Julia Barger slides it through, and her shot goes just high and wide. Nice touch, nice move to get some free space, and Julia Barger, good idea taking the shot from there.
Again, our ball girls for tonight's game are from the U12 national team, coached by Sherry Lenz and assistant coach Erica Quick. And our ball girls are Addie Greenberg, Audrey Siljan, Courtney
Miller now looking up top for McKenzie. Plays it nicely back to Pagoyas. Schoberg, and a nice step there by the Lakeville defender. Good possession in the midfield by the Wildcats and patience, and that ball slides out of bounds. Nice job by Lakeville getting the ball out of harm's way. Schoberg now with a little bit of space. Looking for Barger, and that'll slide out of bounds. Throwing on the far side for the Wildcats now. Been a little bit of a chess match so far. Both teams possessing the ball, being a little bit cautious with things, and Miller now heads the ball up towards midfield. Detlefson. Over McKenzie's head. Ball lobbed up in the middle and caught nicely by Ashley Walden. Wong heading it to McKenzie. Out to Begoyas, and that's a nice step by the Cougar defender. Van Wyk. Oh, and a good counter coming up here by Lakeville. Oh, and the ball just goes off the foot. That's number 10, Heather Buhner. Barger on the far side. Looking for McKenzie, and that's intercepted by the Lakeville defender. Van Wyk. Van Wyk again with a clear. Miller now with a little bit of space, looking to play a long ball down the side for Detlefson. Nice move. That is number 5, Caitlin Hansen, a junior defender. Schoberg called on the foul. Turn over the back of Kelsey Bergen. So free kick about the 34-yard line, straight away. Taken by number 2, Olivia Hansen. Miller clearing that out nicely with her head. Barger giving chase on the near side. Plays it up into the corner looking for McKenzie, and that'll just slide out of bounds. Well, I guess it won't. Good hustle by McKenzie keeping that down there. Wildcat throwing. Detlefson with a turn. And ball controlled by Heather Buhner, senior forward for the Cougars. Good step by Miller on the far side. And substitutions, couple substitutions coming in. Number 17, Abby Whittington, and number 9, Sammy Plasansky. Van Wyk clearing that up, and that goes out of bounds. Schoberg coming away from a pile. Plays it up towards McKenzie. And slid out of bounds. Caitlin Hansen, the defender, knocking it out of bounds for Lakeville. Schoberg with a throw-in on the far side. Good win by Poplinski. Finding Miller. Miller playing it over the top and just a little bit too far with her chip. Another individual battle on the inside, won by the Wildcats. Miller now on the far side. Chased down by the Cougars. That was number 11, Grace Rule. Ball played deep into the corner. Good throw by Miller. And Wildcats will get another throw from a little bit deeper.
2 substitutions for the Wildcats. Into the game, number 6, Ariel Lindgren. Number 14, Nora McClune. Coming off, Abigail McKenzie, number 13, and Ainsley Pitt.
So Julia Barger will slide over the middle. Nora McClune enters the game, and she'll go on the outside on the right, or I'm sorry, on the left. And then Ariel Lindgren on the right side up top. So that'll give some fresh legs for the Wildcats, and they'll continue to try and run and wear down Lakeville with the substitutions, the speed. Pagoyas plays it back to Schoberg. Nice move with the midfield, leaving the defender in the dust. Ball played up towards McClune, and she gives chase. Schoberg to Pagoyas. Good step by Poplinski. Miller steps in, looking for Barger, and that gets cleared out. Good job by Allison Wong, and she gives a shot that's cleared out by the defender. Pagoyas giving chase, plays it back to Schoberg. Looking for Wong in the middle, that slides just past her. Pagoyas now with some space, playing a through ball, looking for McClune, and she gives chase. So Wildcats are continuing to apply pressure on the defensive back. The 4 defenders for Lakeville South are sound. They're going to be tough to beat one-on-one. McClune now looking to chip it across, and that's cleared out by Lakeville. Good ball up to the feet of Grace Rule. Lindgren now giving chase. So as far as quality shots go, yep, there haven't been a whole lot, but a lot of individual battles being won. Good job by both teams in the middle of the field. There's a little bit of an elbow advantage being played. Van Wyk over to Schoberg. Brings it back to Miller. Looking for Poplinski in the middle and surrounded by the Cougars. Chloe Miller now steps in. Errant pass. And Lindgren giving chase on the near side. Ball played back to the keeper and cleared out nicely towards midfield. And they'll play call a bump there on Chloe Miller. So from the 43-yard line, it'll be Jessica Van Wyk, who has a strong leg. Wind is going to be blowing from the near side to the far side, so look for her to play this inside the box, and Wildcats are going to have to find it. Nice job headed out of there by the Cougars. And throwing for the Wildcats.
Substitution for the Wildcats. Back in the game,
Abigail McKenzie coming back in. So we'll see a little bit of a shuffle here. Not sure if she's going to take that midfield position and leave Julia Barger up top. It looks like that's the case. McClune trying to find McKenzie in the middle. Loose ball in the box, cleared out nicely and calmly by the Cougars. Good step by Miller. Cougars come away with it. McClune now giving chase, and that's cleared out by the Cougars. We're 12 on the far side. That's Gabby Romo. Throwing for the Cougars. Approaching the halfway point here in the first half. Again, 0-0. Shots on goal have been a couple for Eagan and nothing so far for the Cougars. But again, as I mentioned, Lakeville is going to play that lockdown defense, keep it a low-scoring affair, and try and get a break every now and then. Schoberg taking the throw on the far side to McClune, and that's kicked out of there by the defender. And Wildcats will get another crack at it. Schoberg this time looking for Barger. McClune now picks it up and shot on goal. That's bobbled a little bit by Ashley Walden, and Chloe Miller snuck in from
McClune, number 14.
Her outside defender position, looking for a rebound. So good quality shot there for the Wildcats. Wong stepping in front of the defender, over Lindgren, looking for Miller on the side, and that didn't quite get everything on that pass, so it's intercepted by Lakeville. Throw on the far side for the Cougars. Good battle down in the corner. Lakeville wins a throw-in. Deepest penetration so far for the Cougars. And we'll take a look at a throw-in from deep in the corner. Looking for the target, number 9. Plays it back, looking for a cross. And good step back there by Nora McClune. Cross coming in here, headed out by Chloe Miller. And Lindgren with some space in front of her. Plays it up to Barger, who came back for the ball nicely. Good control, Julia Barger. She's off to the races, looking to cut back. Has some space, her shot on goal, and that's saved nicely by Walden again. So good fast break there by the Wildcats. Olivia Miller up to McClune. Looking across, and that's headed a little bit sideways by Lakeville. Back to the keeper, who clears it up towards midfield. Wong with a diving header. It's back up, has her legs taken out, and that'll be a free kick.
Whistle foul on the Cougars. Free kick upcoming for the Wildcats.
So this may be close enough for Jessica Van Wyk to try and put it on frame.
Jess Van Wyk, number 16 on the kick.
Jessica Van Wyk here with the free kick. Played into the box, and that's headed just over by the defender, so that'll give the Wildcats a corner kick.
Off the free kick, the shot just on White, number 16 out of bounds off the Cougars. Corner kick upcoming for the Wildcats.
So some substitutions coming into the game. Taylor Greben, number 12 for the Wildcats, and
for the Wildcats into the game. Taylor Greben,
4 coming in for the Cougars.
Coming off will be Ariel Lindgren, number 6, and 4 substitutions for Lakeville South back in.
So Wildcats will set this up. Grace Lindgren, Grace Schoberg will be taking this corner kick with her right foot. Will bend out towards about the 6-yard box. Wildcats have everybody in right at the goal line.
Schoberg on the corner kick.
And the chip is across just on the other side of the bar. But she was looking for that far post, trying to run it right straight down the goal end line. So first corner kick awarded to Eagan for in the half here. McLuhan now cuts it back, looking across the field for Greben. Wildcat throw-in. Schoberg on the far side. Yeah, it might be a trip. Foul called on Eagan.
Wildcats free kick for the Cougars. And the kick number 2, Olivia Hansen.
Kick coming out towards midfield. Knocked back down by McKenzie, all the way back to goal. Allison Wong hitting it back towards midfield. Schoberg now looking to turn, or to prevent the turn. Wong again gets bumped from behind, and that'll be free kick for the Wildcats. So Lakeville South doing a good job, playing right up into the back of the Wildcats, not letting them turn with the ball. Been called a couple times with bump fouls, but again, good solid defense on both teams. And that kick will go off the defender for another corner kick. Now here's an advantage where Grace Schoberg will be able to use her right foot to bend this ball. Now she's going against the wind, so she should be able to curve this just a little bit more. And
Schoberg, number 7 on the kick.
Wildcats again, 7 players right up on the end line in front of the goal. If you will step back, there's the curl. Oh, and headed out just nicely by the Cougars. Schoberg giving chase again, comes away with it, crosses it. Oh, and that goes just high and wide.
Taken by Brooke.
Good action by the Wildcats.
Brooke, number 17, goal kick, Lakeville South.
It's a significant weapon, though, the Wildcats have, executing these corner kicks, putting the ball in dangerous situations, and Lakeville has done a nice job, getting rid of that initial cross. But the more the ball kind of ping-pongs around in there, the more dangerous it gets. Barger now has her touch go just off her foot. Schoberg with a nice elbow. She'll get called for that.
Foul on the Wildcats, pushing is the call.
Shoulder to shoulder is fine. When you kind of stick out your arm and throw the elbow at the girl, you're going to get called in soccer and in hockey.
On that kick is Olivia Hansen, number 2.
Nice trap by the Cougars. Miller cleans it out of there. Wong has been very active so far this half in the middle of the field, getting her head on the ball, controlling things nicely. Allison Wong's had a nice game so far for the Wildcats, solidifying the middle of the field. Lakeville throw-in. It's number 12 on the far side, Gabby Romo, with the throw. Grace Schoberg just took a number in the corner down there. It was number 6, if anybody's wondering. Good win by Poplinski. Miller, now to Barger. Off her foot, works to her advantage. She's off and running, looking to get a shot. Good step by the second defender for Lakeville. So first defender by Lakeville applying pressure, second defender stepping up and helping out. Well executed defense. And nice give and go inside outside by the Cougars, just out of the reach, and that'll be a throw in. Schoberg up to McClune, looking towards the middle of the field towards Taylor Greben, and that'll go out of bounds. I'm sorry, it's still in bounds. Schoberg looking for the long ball over the top, and that'll slide all the way back. That's going to be a bump by McClune. So both girls made contact. The defender for Lakeville moved a little bit more than the more solid Nora McClune, and therefore the call goes against Nora. McClune now flicks it up to Barger. Good patience. McClune looking for Greben. A little bit of a step and nicely chased down by the Lakeville defender. That was number 5, Caitlin Hansen. Poplinski now being attacked from behind. Good control in the middle of the field, good patience. And finally just cleared out of there by number 3, Ava English for Lakeville. Schoberg anticipates that pass, up to Barger, brings it to her feet. And Taylor Greben gives chase, so this is our third forward up on the right side. And again, they're running. They're trying to put pressure on number 18, Ava Quick, a senior defender. And see if the number of reps up and down the field begin to take a toll in the second half. Kind of a game of attrition at this point, where Coach Osterich is trying to run people the way he is. Nice shot there by Allison Wong.
18 on goal, save made.
She ended up on her backside, but still got a lot on that kick. Oh, that's got to be a foul. Little arm hook against Julia Barger. So now this is dangerous position again. Middle of the field, 30-yard line. Move up, move up.
Jess Van Wyk, number 16 on the kick.
Jess Van Wyk with the kick. Pass for 10. Right over. Oh, and it hits the back of the head. That was Nora McClune. Unfortunate there. She was looking to flick it, and I think got bumped from behind a little bit. Truck might have a replay of that one, but good scoring chance by the Wildcats. Ball cleared out to midfield. Schoberg giving chase. Off her foot and out of bounds.
Substitution for Lakeville South. Back into the game, Megan Cox.
Perfect timing. Here's the kick. Again, it's up off the back of the head of Nora McClune. Unfortunate because she read that perfectly, got to where the ball was landing. The keeper had no chance of coming out and playing the ball, so everything worked well except it hit the back of her head instead of the front of her head. Otherwise, we 1-0 Wildcats. Good job, truck and camera people on the replay. Schoberg heads it off Lakeville, out of bounds, throw in. Just under 6 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0. Ball played out Miller now with some space. Chloe Miller plays it down towards the corner. Grebin giving chase. Barger now comes up with a deflected ball. Nifty move on the inside. Oh, and looking for McKenzie, and that just out of her reach of her left foot. Van Wyk off the defender. Wildcat throw. Miller plays it short to Grebin. Nice job by the Lakeville defender. Van Wyk. Brought down by Megan Cott. Wong now, looking for Grebin. Kind of slides off her foot as she looks for Barger. Barger will go shoulder to shoulder, knock her over. That'll be a foul.
Free kick, Lakeville South.
So it's a busy week for the Wildcats. Starting tonight, Tuesday, against Lakeville South. Thursday, they travel to Lakeville North for a showdown between arguably the two top teams that have battled for the division or the conference championship the last few years. And then on Saturday, they play Owatonna. Now, last Thursday, their game against Burnsville was rained out. And playing pretty much every other day for the next week and a half, it's going to be tough to try and fit that one in. I'm not sure if the game is going to be canceled or made up. It'll be interesting because they will have to possibly play 3 games in a row. Lakeville South actually is playing 3 games in a row, tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday. So it's tough when you're packing in a fall conference schedule in such a short period of time. Any weather delayed games are pretty difficult to make up. Ball cleared out, McClune giving chase, and that's cleared all the way over. Schoberg will have the throw in on the far side. We're approaching the 3 minutes left in the first half. Schoberg looking for McClune. Ball bounces in the box and cleared out by Lakeville. Schoberg again with a throw in. Finding McClune, who gets bumped, chips it to the middle. Barger now with a shot, and that goes off the defender. And volleyed out of there nicely by Lakeville. Plinsky gives chase all the way across the field, forces an error by errant clearing pass. McClune now chips it all the way across near side. Grebin giving chase, keeps it in. Nope, that did go out of bounds for a throw-in. And this will be a throw-in for Chloe Miller. Looking for Barger. That's cleaned out nicely by Lakeville's defender. Good step by Van Wyk. Schoberg again, looking for Wong, who brings it down. Play to the near side, Grebin giving chase. And we'll win the throw-in with just over a minute and a half left in the half. Grebin looking for Barger, finds it back at her feet. Slides it back in the middle, and that's cleared out of bounds. Big throw Wong has it come to her feet. Nicely done, using her body to get that shot off with her left foot. Cleared out by the defender. But good control there by Allison Wong. Good heads-up play. Miller now looking for a big throw.
1 minute remaining.
And the ball comes to McLuhan's foot, and it's in the back of the net. Misplay by the Lakeville South defender with just under a minute left in the first half, and Norm McLuhan makes no mistake on that one. Let's take a look again. Ball comes out. McLuhan might have gotten away with a touch of a push on the back, but comes to her foot, and she buries in the back of the net. Wildcats up 1-0. Nice goal. Wildcats, pressure in that offensive zone, throw in after throw in, and finally got a ball to bounce their way. Schoberg now playing a big ball over the top. Barger giving chase. Good pressure on the defender. McLuhan now has the ball come to her feet again, looking for number 2. Polinsky
For the Wildcats,
out to
number
Wong.
14, Nora
McKenzie.
McLuhan. The assist to number 12, Taylor Greben. In the 40th minute, the time of the goal,
Good step
39
by
minutes, 4 seconds. Wildcats goal
Schoberg
scored
on the
by
far
Nora
side.
McLuhan. The assist, Taylor Greben. The time, 39:04.
So again, the first half
10
winding
seconds
down.
remaining.
Pretty even match. Wildcats have had, the extent of the shots on goal to Lakeville's 0. But Lakeville has played tough defense. We were lucky to get a free ball, a mistake inside the box, and Wildcats is looking to continue to be number 1 moving into the busy week. And we're going to step away here at the end of the first half. Wildcats on top 1-0. So we'll leave you here from Wildcat Stadium.
Walking to school, I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover. Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as I
harder.
can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org.
Hi, Meals on Wheels. I'm Marco. I'm a college student, and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels. I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
I remember, Dad, you and Mom got this car with a hatchback. I said, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great cars. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so inspiring. How you've impacted people is enormous.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Fall is setting in, and that means that it's time for Lone Oak Days at Holtz Farm Park in Eagan. Enjoy entertainment, refreshments, and a variety of activities at Lone Oak Days at Holtz Farm in Eagan, September 22nd and 23rd, 2018.
See elephants hiding in trees because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh. My bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in the shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it. It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a war. I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium. This is John Jacobson with the ETV crew, bringing you the second half of the Eagan Wildcats versus Lakeville South Cougars. Wildcats on top of this one, 1-0 after the first half on a late goal by Nora McClune. Under 1 minute left in the half. First half was interesting. Wildcats had the field tilted in their favor most of the half, but a stout Lakeville South defense made it tough. Coach Osterich ran in a couple of, actually 3 forwards on the right side, moved some people in to try and use speed to wear down Lakeville South and hopefully take advantage of a mistake. Sure enough, ball went under the foot and Norma McClune was on the spot. It took a nice left-footed shot in the corner of the net, and Wildcats are on top of this one. Good game so far. Again, both teams solid defensively. Coach Osterich, during the half, he didn't have a smile on his face, but he was rather composed, meaning he was fairly pleased with what he saw. I think they're going to clean up a couple of things. Early in the first half, Lakeville did a nice job controlling the ball and confusing the back four a little bit, and I think that was fixed right away. Good pressure here. McClune now comes away with it up to Barger. Barger taking on the defender one-on-one and slides it between her, and good step by the second defender. Ball goes on the field. It would be a shout out for the ball girls tonight. So Eagan ball girls from the Eagan Wave Soccer Club, coached by Sherry Lentz and assistant coach Erica Quick. I'll get to their names in just a minute. McKenzie lets that one sail down towards the corner. Chloe Miller giving chase. That goes off her and out of bounds for a throw-in for the Cougars. So again, this is a U12 national team coached by Sherry Lentz. And we've got Addie Greenberg, Audrey Siljan, Courtney Bumpers, Bella Rice, Kate Gordon, Catherine Simonson, Macy Bray, Mia Kosnick, Miriam Jordan, Olivia Ehrenberg. Oh, and here's a shot, and that'll go just wide. That was Abby McKenzie. Still a triplet, and not here tonight is Izzy Kapanki. I thought I'd say her name anyways. Anyway, special thanks to the ball girls. I used to try and organize those girls, and there are a number of young soccer players in the stands tonight. I know that's always kind of a thrill for them to come and watch the big girls and say, I want to play on this field when I get big too. So shout out to the ball girls and all the young soccer players in the stands tonight. Chloe Miller comes away with that. Good pressure by Lakeville South. Miller all over her back. Barger now with a little bit of space. Julia Barger attacking, slides it in, looking for McClune. Trying to jump around the defender, and that's calmly swatted out of there by Lakeville North. Good pressure again by the Wildcats. Ball played back. Chloe Miller chips it into the box. Barger comes away with it, and her shot is in the back of the net. That looked like Julia Barger. Excellent control on that. Take a look at that again. Ball comes in. There's a good touch around the defender, and she calmly slides that short post underneath the keeper. Very calm play to score that goal by Julia Barger, junior forward for the Wildcats. Coming the other way. So Wildcats up on this one, 2-0. Good run on the far side. That's Ditlefsen. Looking for Barger. And throwing on the far side. That'll be Chloe Miller to take that.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 8, Julia Barger. The assist to number 2.
Barger again making a run across the box. Looking to slide it back to McKenzie, who is making a run. Good step there by Grace Schoberg.
Julia Barger, assisted by Chloe Miller, the time 42-38.
Ball played up. It's Barger knocking it down. Poplinski with the step. Ditlevson finds Barger. Good turn. Barger double teamed, and good job by Lakeville South. Ball trying to slot through the defenders. Neatly cleaned up by Lakeville South. Poplinski with some space, looking for Wong. Wong again. Good defense. Again, both these teams have done a really nice job tonight, not allowing the attacking player to turn with the ball. Ball played up. Chloe Miller, or I'm sorry, Olivia Miller with a step. Throw in for Lakeville. Big throw in the corner. Miller to Schoberg. Grace cleans that up and knocks it up top. Looking for Barger. Good control and step. Trying to slot it to Ainsley Ditlevson. And now Lakeville on the attack. Van Wyk shuts that down. Calmly clears it out. Allows her defense to get set behind her. Poplinski, volley out of the air. Handball, I think, was the call, and that'll be a free kick for the Wildcats. Jessica Van Wyk with that.
Violation, free kick, Wildcats. Jessica Van Wyk, number 16.
Ball headed, nice possession there. Schoberg giving chase. Wins a battle, and Grace is going to continue with the ball and some space in front of her. Cuts across, trying to lose the defender. Played in nicely to just pass Ditlevson, and oh, she was going to be called offside.
Whistle, offside, Wildcats. Indirect free kick.
You've seen Chloe Miller make the run on the outside on the right side quite a few times in the first half. Grace Schoberg making that run nicely. And Coach Ostrick has a lot of confidence in those outside backs, that he wants them to time it and take an opportunity to step up and look for a numbers mismatch. Wong now giving chase, heads it back in the corner. Ditlevson's going to be in the offside position. You can't be behind the defenders, come back and play the ball. When you play the ball, you may be in an onside position, but if you come back from an offside position, it's going to be called offsides. So free kick for the Cougars. Good turn off the referee, advantage Wildcats. Schoberg looking to go one-on-one, slides it up to McClune. And pressure there earns what the Wildcats are throwing. Barger trying to find a spinning ball. Wong steps up, knocks it up to Barger, who's going to try and take on the defender. And Grace Schoberg gets called with the foul.
Foul on the Wildcats.
Understand there is someone watching the game online. Yeah, we'll take a look at this again. There's the step. There's a little bit of a push. And I think Grace does have a fan evidently watching the game. Grandma watching this live stream, so shout out to Grace and Grandma. She'll do anything to get a replay of herself up close. Ball played across, cleared out nicely by Chloe Miller. Ball brought down. That's number 10, Heather Buhner. Big throw headed out. That's Olivia Miller, and Chloe Miller cleans that up and knocks it out to the 40-yard line. Wong giving chase. Nicely played by Lakeville. A little bit of a misstep. Ball being knocked around a little bit between the teams here. Possession hasn't been quite as smooth as it was in the first half. And as I say that, Lakeville completes a few passes and Allison Wong steps in and knocks it away. Schoberg looking for Poplinski. Slight hesitation. Wong comes away with it. McClune looking for Barger. She taps it around the defender. McClune follows up with the ball. And she's taken down. That'll be a free kick in a dangerous spot, about 6 yards outside of the top of the 18-yard box. So Grace Schoberg will take this from about the 17-yard line. She asked for 10 yards, so the defenders have to back up and give her 10 yards. She'll take this with her right foot, swing it in on towards the goal, and the Wildcats are lucky that Lakeville South has backed all the way back up into the front of the goal. Driving shot in, that bounces off a defender and is cleared out. Nice ball in by Schoberg. Good win there. Olivia Miller back to Chloe Miller. Allison Wong with a controlled turn to McKenzie. Plays it into the middle of the box. Ditlevson, oh, and that good step by the Lakeville South defender. Olivia Miller now making a run. McClune takes over. Into Ditlevson, looking for Barger. Barger still finding the ball at her feet, her shot. Oh, and a nice save there. Barger just stayed with that, kept the ball controlled at her feet, and a nice shot, nice save by Ashley Walden. McClune now. Slight bump from the back. That was number 8, Megan Cott, with a foul. Jessica Van Wyk will take this. Ball driven in towards the box. That's dangerous and headed out nicely. Headed by Ditlevson. Finds the... Oh, and a great shot there. That was it. Barger with the shot. Off the defender and into the keeper's hands. Dangerous play. Good ball in by Van Wyk. Looking crossfield, nice step by number 18, Ava Quick, for the Cougars. Wildcats continue to apply pressure. Winning balls in the middle of the field. There's another win. McClune looking for Ditlevson. Blinsky steps on the girl's foot, gets called for a foul, free kick for the Cougars. We'll take a look at that one again. Just a little bit of a bump in the back, comes down on her ankle. Big kick up in the corner. Chloe Miller giving chase on the far side. Miller back to Van Wyk. And she'll clear it up and out of bounds. So substitutions coming into the game. Number 20, 5.
Substitutions, both teams for the Wildcats into the game.
I'm going to double check this. It looks like Catherine Connolly.
Norma Kuhn, number 14.
And then 4 substitutions for Lakeville South.
Sandy Thompson, number 9. Ava English, number 3. Faith Nordsving, number 4. Emma Sin, number 14. Coming on.
Barger checking back to the ball, using her body as a nice shield there, and she controls it.
Gorski, number 5. Caitlin Hansen.
Plays it out.
Megan Hott.
Good effort there on the far side. That's Connolly who just entered the game. Wong with a push, no call. Barger keeping the ball at her feet, gets double teamed. Ditlevson, or I'm sorry, Connolly. I knew that was a mistake. It isn't Connolly on the outside. It's Morgan Eckerly, I apologize. Miller now with control up to Eckerly. Morgan using her speed to try and blow by the defender. Good job by Lakeville South. So Ainsley Ditlevson comes over to the left side. Morgan Eckerly on the right side. Barger is in the middle. Schoberg looking to get it to Wong. Wong comes away with it. Outside to McKenzie. Ditlevson now turns to the inside, slides it through, looking for Barger. Off Barger's ankle. Ditlevson keeps it in, sidesteps the defender. Good step by Poplinski. Wong gets her foot on it. Olivia Miller loses her footing. That's a touch foul slash footing foul, meaning that she lost her footing. But Wildcats will get a free kick.
White, number 16 on the kick.
From the 40-yard line, so this one she can't quite drive in at the goal, so she'll be chipping this over the top of the 18, trying to land at about the 6-yard box. Well, she does drive it, but that's where it ended up, and nicely headed out by Lakeville South. Miller back to Van Wyk, and that'll get cleared up, allow her defenders to recover and get back into play. So Grace Rule making a little bit of a run, chipping it into the box. Schoberg taps it outside, and Ditlevson makes easy work of that coming out of the zone. Chips it up looking for Barger. This is going to be a little bit of a foot race. Barger, the ball at her feet, tracked nicely by number 12, the defender. And it's Gabby Romo. Ball knocked off a couple of shins there. And Miller will get called for a foul. She stuck her foot around, and it's going to get called on that one most of the time. Big kick over the top. Lakeville South finds some space here on the side, and that goes off the foot of number 17. That's Abby Whittington.
Wildcats.
So Megan Plaschko is going to have to loosen up. First time she's had to attempt a kick today. Almost 3/4 of the way through the game. And Megan Plaschko, other than opening credits, the first time I've been able to mention she's even in the game. Ball cleared out by Miller. Barger coming back. McKenzie off the defender. Ditlevson. Came from an offside position to play the ball.
Wildcats offside. Free kick for the Cougars.
Free kick for Lakeville South. Read nicely by Van Wyk, and she clears that out, looking for Ditlevson. Good pressure. Wong now heads it up for Barger. Barger trying to win a foot race, and that gets cleared out of bounds. Schoberg looking for Ditlevson. And Wildcats will earn that throw in deep in the Cougar zone. Big throw into the box, and that's cleared out nicely by the Cougars. Kaplinski applying pressure and winning the ball nicely. Schoberg now double teamed. Grace Schoberg comes away with it. Schoberg comes back, wins it, looking for Barger, who chips it ahead. Ditlevson giving chase. Ditlevson wins a race. And great defense there. That earns a goal kick because it went off Ditlevson. Great closing effort there by Lakeville's defender. Ditlevson plays it through. Dangerous ball. Barger giving chase. And she pulls up before running through the keeper. Slip on the field again, kind of that same 45-yard line. Ball play back. Schoberg giving chase. Up to Ditlevson. Controls it. Off the defender. That's, I would have called that the other way, but Cougar throw in. Ditlevson giving chase again. Ditlevson chips it over. She's still chasing it. Good win. Good hustle there, Ainsley. Kenzie now with a throw. Back to Schoberg. Grace winds and fires this one in. Headed out nicely by the Cougar defender. Ditlevson. Ball up in the air, headed. McKenzie now with it. Off the defender. And this will be a corner kick for the Wildcats. Now this one's going to be a little bit tricky. The sun just is peeking out again, so the keeper's going to have this right in her eyes. Grace Schoberg will take it here at the near side. Give with the right foot. She's going to try and bend this in. The wind has died down a little bit, but this is right in the keeper's eyes. And now Eagan does not have everybody on the line, so she plays it out. That's a shot and a goal. Excellent play. That's Allison Wong on the header with an assist to Grace Schoberg. Let's take a look at that one again. Grace Schoberg again bends that one in. Allison Wong, and I think that went off the defender number 5 after Allison headed it. So either way, it ends up in the back of the net. Wildcats on top of this one, 3-0. Interesting, you know, the corner kicks in the first half, Coach Osterich had everybody in on the goal line. We had 7 people lined up across. This time he moved them out, and they all made runs in. And that's, you know, we had some forward momentum there to get on the top of that ball and made it pretty interesting. So again, Wildcats on top of this one, 3-0, a little bit of a commanding lead. We'll take a look and see what Coach Osterich does here. He's got a busy schedule. As I mentioned earlier, with game tonight, Thursday against Lakeville North, and that's going to be a big one. That's probably the conference champ will come out of that one. And so you wonder how he's going to run people in and if he's going to get people loosened up and try and empty that bench a little bit, give the girls a little bit of a break with 60 minutes left in this one. While this has been a hard-fought game, you know, tight defense, a few bumps here and there along the players. By no means has this been a dirty soccer game. Girls have been very respectful to each other, and hard-fought match. Wildcats fortunate, but have earned their scoring chances at the same time. Ball bounced around off of Wong. Miller with a nice step, and finally Lakeville looking for some space. Coming up the far side. Couple of runs, great recovery there. That's Brooke Poplinski. Eckerly, nifty move on the far side, but it goes off her foot, out of bounds. McKenzie giving chase. Ditlevson tracking, and that'll be chopped out of bounds. Barker brings it down nicely to her feet again. Good stop and go. If it wasn't for the third defender, she might have gotten a shot off there. Good battle here. Schoberg. And number 8 for Lakeville South. Cougars now controlling the ball at midfield, looking for some space. Good step by McKenzie, and Chloe Miller clears that one out. Oh, nifty move there. That was Eckerly on the far side. She's got some space and is off to the races. Eckerly slides it across looking for Barger. Barger has to go off her shin. Ooh, swing and a miss there. Wong taps it over to Ditlevson. Moves it to her right foot, and her shot on goal. That's tapped aside, and that'll go for a corner kick for the Wildcats. So let's see how the Wildcats set up on this one. Looks like they're going to be outside the 6 and making a run in. Here's a look again. Ditlevson to her right foot. Shot curling, and a nice save there. So again, Grace Schoberg is going to be taking the kick. Eagan has Ainsley Ditlevson on the goalkeeper. Chipped over right to the top of the box, and there's a shot and a goal again. That's number 18, Allison Wong, again with her second goal off a corner kick. So it'll be 18 from 7 for the second time. Let's look again. You can't draw that up any better. It's, you know, I mentioned earlier that those corner kicks are dangerous plays. Grace is putting it in a dangerous spot, and Lakeville did a nice job in the first half covering those walls and clearing things out, but two perfectly placed balls again. Allison Wong finding it and knocking it in the back of the net. Wildcats able to empty the bench here with some substitutions and take a commanding lead here 4-0 with just under 13 minutes left in this one. So subs into the game. We've got,
I
don't know if you can hear the public address announcer.
Number 24, Katie Connolly, number 21. Back in the game, Ellen Kaboyas, number 15. And the change at the goalkeeper position for the Wildcats onto the field is Grace Hansen, number 0. Coming off is Megan Klashko, number 1. Also coming off, Grace Schilberg, number 7.
There's a run, a shot, and it just goes
Abigail
over.
McKenzie, number 13.
That was number 8, Megan Cothead, I think you're on the near side. Ball came to her foot. She used her speed real nicely. Emma Jager was playing defense, sophomore.
Scoring for the
Welcome to the
Wildcats,
field.
her second goal of the game, number 18, Allison Wong. The assist to number 7, Grace Schilberg, in the 68th minute. The time of the goal is
I will say, I mentioned earlier that it's cooler tonight, and getting loosened up after sitting on the bench for over an hour. Getting loose and getting ready to run for the first couple minutes here is going to be a little bit of a trick. I know you run on the sidelines, but picking up the pace of the game and getting those muscles to work how you want them to. Wildcats have a little bit of a tough spot here, and nice job by the new keeper. That's Grace Hansen. Oh, I'm sorry, that goes out of bounds for a goal kick. A couple more substitutions coming to the game. Taylor Grevin back in, and number 6, Ariel Lindgren.
Ariel Lindgren, number 6. Taylor Grevin, number 12. Coming off, number 8, Julia Barger. Number 3, Ainsley Ditlevson. For Lakeville South. Faith Northvik, number 4, back in.
So Morgan Eckerly is going to move to that top forward position, replacing Abby Barger. Ball ping-ponged around and cleared out nicely. That was number 24, Emma Jager. A little bit of a bump and a push. Free kick for the Wildcats. So Morgan Eckerly, a sophomore. Got Emma Jager, a sophomore. Catherine Connolly, number 21, a sophomore. Olivia Miller has been a sophomore and played quite a bit already. Ariel Lindgren in the game, she's a sophomore. So Coach Ozturk is trying to build some success and experience with his younger players. Nifty move here, chip across, cleaned out nicely. That's Chloe Miller on the far side. The starting 4 defenders have remained in place in the game. Ball chasers on the far side trying to track something down for a throw-in. Quick throw headed out. That was Chloe Miller. Lindgren now has that one hop over her head. Plinsky has that screwed away from her foot. And then Catherine Connolly clears that to the side. Lindgren now has it find her feet. Miller to Poplinski. Little push, little grab. Everything worked out fine. But free kick for the Cougars. Eckerly lines up in front. Ball headed out. I think that was Poplinski. Miller clearing it up towards midfield. Eckerly heading it, looking for Lindgren. Conley chips it over the top. Conley, nice volley out of the air. Lindgren comes down with it with a little bit of a break. Lindgren chipping it across. And Lakeville does a nice job getting it out of danger. Poplinski. Back to Lindgren. Lindgren looking to drive. Lindgren still with the ball. Left foot. Connolly heads it over the defender, gives chase. Lindgren, and Connolly gets called for pulling down the defender, number 2, Olivia Hansen for the Cougars. So free kick for Lakeville. There's a look again. Just a little bit of a push. She extended her arm. That's why she got called for that foul. You go shoulder to shoulder with the defender. More times than not, that won't be called. It is a legal play. But when you extend your arms and the girl falls down, that'll be called every time. Good luck up here by Eckerly, giving chase. Miller has that strip from behind. Van Wyk heads it back to Lakeville South. And the Jagger with good pressure. Miller up looking for Eckerly. Eckerly to Lindgren. Lindgren still chipping away at it. Good step. Again, that's Jagger. Playing it off the defender. Earns a throw in.
Number 14 back in the game. Coming off is number 11, Grace Rule.
Connolly with the pressure. Nicely played. Miller giving chase. Ball won by Lakeville South, and a shot on goal. So Grace Hansen getting into the game, asking for the ball, gets a couple shots on her. Megan Plashko shaking her head down there, saying, how come I didn't get to touch it? Control, that's Jagger, knocks it out of bounds. Jagger sneaks under a couple of Lakeville South players to come out with the ball. Lindgren. A little bit of a tussle. Eckerly giving chase on the far side. Taps it to Pagoyas. Back to Van Wyk, who's going to play it over the top. Headed out nicely by Lakeville. Nice flick there. Van Wyk runs into someone. Miller giving chase. Little touch and a bump. Nicely played. That was number 10, Heather Bumer for Lakeville South. Volleyed out of there by Miller. And that'll be a Wildcat throw. Lindgren. Poplinski slides that one off her foot. South controls. Lindgren attacks from behind. Great step. That's a 1-2 defense. Beautifully executed there. Where Lindgren came back, applied the pressure, and that caused the forward to put her head up. And Emma Jagger timed that perfectly, stepping up and coming away with the ball. Nice flick there by Lakeville South. Ball played back. Shot. This will go just wide. Nice 1-2 up top there by Lakeville South. Just under 3 minutes left in this one. Again, Wildcats on top 4-0. A couple of second half goals by Allison Wong. Norma Clune and Abby Barger scored in the first half. Ball played over the top. That's Morgan Eckerly giving chase. Eckerly manages to knock over the defender.
On the Wildcats. Free kick, Lakeville South.
Free kick played up by Lakeville, controlled nicely. That's Greben on the far side. Oh, nice touch there. That was Connolly looking for Lindgren. Eckerly tries sliding it through. Read nicely by the South defender. Jagger chips that one up towards midfield, looking for Eckerly. Eckerly giving chase. Poplinski. Connolly looking to knock it over the defender, and that's read nicely again by Olivia Hansen. Probably done that a half dozen times tonight very nicely. I mentioned Lakeville South's back four have been very solid. If it wasn't for a miscue in the first half, nice play by Barger, would be up, that was the first 2 goals, and then 2 corner kicks. You can't blame the back four on those.
Less than a minute remaining, second half.
Chloe Miller, Poplinski, nice control. Out to Greben, looking for Eckerly. Done a lot of running here in the last few minutes, so she'll have to get used to a lot more minutes in the next couple years here. Goyes. Good control back to Miller. Miller doing a nice job. Poplinski doing a nice job.
10 seconds.
Olivia Miller looking for Lindgren. That'll go out of bounds. And we'll wind this one down. Special thanks again to Eagan TV, the camera crew, with a nice job. Wildcats on top of this one, 4-0 over Lakeville South Cougars. Wildcats with a shutout, remain in first place, keep their #1 ranking in the state, and move into Lakeville North on Thursday night for the big showdown with the Panthers from Lakeville North. So again, thanks again. We'll step away from this one. Wildcats on top. John Jacobson saying goodbye.